This is very uncomfortable. I just received the paperback of my new book and I want to cry. Okay, so let's take this from the top. In December, I self-published my first illustrated book, and it only arrived now because, okay, so this is what happened. I chose to self-publish this book because I thought it was the best option for me and for this particular story. And after, doing some research on the topic, I decided that the best option for self-publishing this particular book was to go with Amazon. So the thing with Amazon is that delivering to Greece is like very slow for some reason, and also they don't offer advanced copies to authors in Greece, so that was a huge problem. I had to go through the publishing process without actually having a watermarked book to check if everything is okay. So anyway, after all that back and forth, during the formatting process, they asked me to do several corrections, not really corrections, but just like they needed some very specific things. For instance, okay, so this page over here, page 47, this was supposed to be upside down, the entire text, but they messaged me that they don't do upside down, so I had to fix things like that. So yeah, after I did that and I saw the digital version of this book, I decided to go through it, and the book was published, but I still hadn't seen it printed. So now it finally arrived, and here it is. And I'm going to look at it now, like a month after it's already been published. Okay, let's do this. I have so many books here, I'm so excited. Oh. I'm not gonna cry because this is a good day. I should be very happy. So let me count this firstly, just to make sure. Okay, so I have 10 copies right here. Oh my god, it's like, it looks very pretty. I mean, like creepy pretty, but still it's like, for me, I'm a horror writer, so yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, first of all, I'm very, very excited, firstly, for the cover, because I was scared that it's going to be like much darker than it is. I was scared that the letters wouldn't be as clear, but clearly they are very clear, and this is like making me so happy right now. I don't have words. I also added a little, also because I'm more of an introvert and I publish in a language. I write stories in a language that is not spoken in the country I live in, so I really don't think I would ever meet any of my readers unless they are like very close friends of mine. So I've added like this little section here. With love, to all my readers who are going to buy it and probably will never meet me in person. So let me go through this. Okay, first of all, like, this is so pretty. It's very pretty. I'm not gonna cry. Look at that. Okay, I told you that it's an illustrated copy, so let me just show you some illustrated sections. Okay, so this is the image that's also in the cover. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, I also mentioned previously that it's kind of unorthodox because I didn't follow the regular formatting pattern. For instance, we have some you know, tilted paragraphs like this 2 pages over here. Some were meant to be upside down, but Amazon didn't let me do that, but it's okay because I think in the end it's a very, very well done. It looks much better than what I hoped it would. So here, like, you see the irregular formatting patterns. Like, what's wrong with the sunlight today? I think, like, this is winter in Greece. Like, ugh. It's so pretty. Okay, so here, let me show you this. This appears again. This figure appears like 3 times, I think. So, like, this is the figure, and here you have just one phrase. It says, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see anything. It says, "Mom," said a child, "that boy doesn't have a face." Ooh. Here we have again. Did they change this? Oh no, it's here. Oh yes. Okay, here we have the eyes again. The eyes are always something that are recurring, and you know, let me show you. Have some verses from a song that is playing at the same time in the car while Iris is driving. So here, you know, we have the eyes again, and the song becomes a little blurry. So it's the song is called "Fast Car." You probably know that song already. Yeah, and it's playing while she's driving a fast car. Very clever of me. Yeah. Yeah, that's me being creative. This, for instance, is a schoolyard. It takes the whole 2 pages. This also looks much better than I expected it to. I was afraid it was gonna mingle, you know, in the spine. It does a little, you know, it does. The spine does ruin it a little, but not much. For instance, here in another image, you can see it's very clear, you know, it's the mall, the Athens Mall. Like several years ago when they literally had like big, huge things that were spelling out the mall as if you're like gonna miss it, like this huge building. Anyway, so this story takes place several years ago when that still existed, so I decided to draw it. I don't know what else to tell you about this. It's like I've spoken about this story before. You've probably, if you've been following me for years, you probably have already read the story. It was first published in 2018. So this is the illustrated edition, which I never thought would look like this. Like, I am so happy this turned out to be so great. Like, I personally, I'm very, very, very happy of the end result, and I really wish you are gonna love it too. Maybe some of you are gonna hate it, but I really wanted to be creative with this book, so I put all my imagination in it. Also, let me show you some patterns that recur. I told you some of the images appear more than once. One of those images is this. We have Iris supposedly sleeping, and these are the universe inside her head while she's dreaming. We have also another image of the same Iris. Let me find it. Just let me find it. Oh, come on. Okay, here we have Iris again, but without the stars, without the universe around. The universe inside her mind. And in the end, dun dun dun, okay, we have Iris, well, with the universe around her, inside her mind, maybe, like embracing her, like wrapping itself around her. You can see that. So this is like basically something that's recurring. There are some images that are that keep recurring in different patterns, in different forms. Does not always happen, but when it happens, like, you are gonna notice it. The other recurring pattern is the eyes. There's also this broken doll that I showed you earlier. Where, let me find it. Like, we have this image of the doll that has been broken, the porcelain doll, and here we have the porcelain doll again, but it's like on the floor. So this story is actually about Iris, who keeps waking up in dreams, and she's trying to figure out what's happening. Like, why is she like, every time she wakes up, she understands that she's still inside a dream. Like, she wakes up and she's dreaming, so she's trying to wake up from that dream, and when she finally wakes up, she understands that she's still dreaming. So that's what's happening in this story. So the concept of the illustration to show that the way that Iris is actually feeling through the format of the entire book. So in the first part, where Iris is still trying to figure out what's happening, like, she thinks that everything's normal, but it's like, you know what, this is another dream, like, what's happening? So the images, the figures, the illustrations are pretty normal. Like, they're just pretty normal, nothing special about them. And the format is also kind of, you know, what you would expect, not exactly like the typical format of a book. But it's like almost normal. And then in the second part, you know, everything kind of changes. So the images become more weird, like more spooky. The format also changes. And as things become more complicated, you know, the format tilts a bit. It kind of changes. The images are creepy, as I mentioned. Like the eyes. Where is it? What is it? The eyes and everything. Everything is everything in the second part depicts, you know, the confusion of Iris. Like, what is happening? How is she going to get out of that? And then in the third part is actually the part that explains what is going on, why Iris can't wake up, and tries to give an explanation, like, and we're trying to figure out, the reader is trying to figure out if she'll ever wake up for real. So in that part where everything starts to make sense, the format becomes normal. You can see it's like pretty much your standard book. The images also start to become more normal, like the mall, for instance. It's not very normal, but it's gradually becoming normal. So yeah, that's basically it. Through the illustrations and the formatting of this book, I tried to show, like, exactly what Iris was feeling throughout the story, and also exactly what I was feeling throughout the story. Yeah, I'm so happy. There's this light, there's this weird light coming from the window, and it makes it kind of dreamy, which is like exactly the point of Iris woke up. Like, she's stuck in a dream. Maybe I'm stuck in a dream. Maybe we're all stuck in a dream. Who knows? Who's gonna tell? Also, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these copies. Anyway, I didn't show you. So this is the front cover. Here we have the spine. Can you see it? Can you? How do I show the spine? To show the spine with this lighting and this thin book. I don't know. And here's the back cover, which is like, it was very difficult for me to figure out like the color, like what color I'm gonna use for the back cover to match the front cover, but also not to make it super dark everywhere. And I think this was the best I could find, and I'm so happy for that again, because I have no background in graphic design, so this is basically like entirely like whatever came up in my mind. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm very happy and I'm very proud, and I'm gonna go cry now. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Okay, wait. Here, you can see it. Okay. Oh. I don't even know how to fix this setting. I think this needs to be higher. Let's bring it higher. This is too high. Oh my god. Never gonna get this right. I'm very excited.